Hey friends, welcome back or welcome to my channel. So in today's video, as you can see, we're in a little bit of a different setup. I just want better lighting. So yeah, we're just gonna work with it. But anyways, I want to do like a skincare routine for y'all, just because I've always gotten a lot of questions as to how do I keep my skin clear and very, glistening, if you want to say, and very dewy. So I just want to give you a little tutorial and just show you what I use. So let's get into it. So now, some of the stuff that I use isn't necessarily like the most popular stuff. And again, like this is just my personal skincare routine. If you want to take anything from the products, like go ahead. I'll link everything down below where I get it. And on top of that too, you always want to see what works best for your skin. So I just want to give that warning just before I get blamed for anything. But yes, I already washed my hands. So the first thing I start off with all the time is the Biore Charcoal, great for oily skin. Like, I guess it's a deep pore charcoal cleanser. This one is really, really good. I absolutely adore this one just because, again, this one really does get down to the surface in my opinion, and I think it cleans my skin. So let's just wash my face. I already have the water and whatnot. Before we get started, let me put this in my hair so the water doesn't get in my hair and ruin it. I know I look like a 80s, gym, the ha. What I use to spread it or really get in there is these Biore. I'm not sure what it is, to be honest with you. It's this right here, and I honestly love it. It's supposed to vibrate. It doesn't vibrate anymore, unfortunately. I need to replace the batteries, and I just have not done so. But literally, this really works it into your skin, in my opinion. Now, again, like I said, the reason why I was doing this was because I always get so many questions. They're always like, Fran, how do you keep your skin so clear? Oh, there's just a butterfly. How do you keep your skin so clear? How do you, able to keep it, I don't want to say blemish free because I obviously everybody have breakouts. And honestly, it's just from cleaning. I do this every morning, every night. Typically I don't use a brush in the morning just because I want to let my skin, have its natural oils and whatnot. But today I am because I haven't done this in a while. And on top of that too, for some reason, every single time I go to Target, I'm looking for a cleanser. I always see these people, these couples that come in there and they're always like, oh, what do I get? What do I get? And I always tell them I don't even know who they are. I just go up to them. I'm that person that just goes up to them and, tells them oh, you should use this one because this one's actually super duper good. And they're always like, oh, okay, thank you. And I never see them again. So I don't know if my recommendation causes them a breakout. I don't know any of that, but we're just gonna hope for the best. Now, the next thing I like to do, this is a very I don't want to say controversial, obviously, but this is something that a lot of people some of them do and some of them don't. For me personally, this works really, really well for my skin and actually makes it look more dewy. But I like to take a razor and just lightly go up on my face after I worked it into it. And I'm sorry, I'm looking up to my left. I have a mirror right here, but I like to do this just because it works. It almost takes off the dead skin that was there, and just makes your skin look so much more dewy, which I love. As you can already see, I want to have a dewy skin. I've always loved dewy skin, and people just tell me I look oily, and I'm like, no, it's dewy. Don't come for me. Don't you dare start with me. After I'm done shaving, I like to go back in and make sure I got all the corners, make sure I got everything, just to really lock it in and not have any freaking blemishes. And after that, I like to wash it off. And then I just dry it off. I pat it off. Don't rub. Never rub when you're trying to dry your face off. You always want to pat. And if you are gonna rub up like that. I know that actually does work just because you don't want your skin to prematurely age. And as you can tell, when I was a kid, I used to rub my skin a lot, and under my eyes, you can see all the wrinkles and everything coming out. It's pretty disgusting in my opinion, but it happens and life goes on. And you're gonna have to make do with what you got. So Botox, here I come. And now, the next thing I like to use is a toner. I actually got this one again from Ella Lim. She's again such an inspiration to me. But her skin, she again likes to have the natural dewy skin, just like myself. And she uses the Bliss Rose Gold Rescue Soothing Toner Mist for sensitive skin. This one right here, I highly recommend it. Again, this one It feels amazing. It smells like actual rosemary. And on top of that, this one does have a slight sting to it at times, at least for me personally. My skin didn't get as good and like as glowing as it is now until I started like, you know, using this. And I highly recommend, I live by this. For my makeup lovers out there, you can use this over your makeup, and like say like during the day, you don't want to use a setting spray in order to like get your makeup to, you know, feel really good. You can use this, and this will actually help with blemishes and stuff like that. So I highly recommend this. And then I'm just gonna fan myself in order to, you know, make it dry faster. This one feels so good, especially like after shaving your skin and just kind of exfoliating and you're letting like all like that natural dead skin off. It feels amazing, and like again, I highly recommend this one. The next thing I usually do is that I take one of these thingies. I know a lot of people say, like, this is again another controversial like one that everyone says that this one doesn't work. I don't know if it does work or not, but this one feels really good on my skin. So what I'll do is I'll just go like in upward motions, getting like all the blood flow. And actually this one helps a lot after hangovers, like the day after, or like, you know, the day after you're drinking, you have a hangover or something, or like the next day you're just really puffy after drinking. Even when you wake up, like just a normal day and you're puffy, this helps a lot and helps depuff your face and just get the blood flowing back into it. So I like to do this before I put on moisturizer, just because again, I think it just really helps, and it also just feels really good with that pulling, like, you know, jade that's on your face. And you never want to go in like a downward motion. You always want to go in like an upward motion, just because you'll cause wrinkles if you go down. And as it is, gravity's already working against us, so let's not do that today. Yeah, like, you know, don't forget guys to also get your neck, just because your neck is where you always start showing your true age first. So you always want to moisturize here, and you always want to roll up in order to get that blood flowing and just let the cells rejuvenate themselves. Now the next thing I'd like to do is, again, go back in with this one more time. Just a slight spritz, nothing heavy, just because in case we took off anything when we were rolling or anything like that, you don't want to not have that on your skin. So the next thing I like to do is I like to get my CeraVe Healing Ointment. Now this one, not a lot of people use this one for moisturizer that I've seen. It's like a Vaseline-like substance. As you can see, it's like very clear. It's like Vaseline almost, and it's really, really good, like, you know, for that dewy skin look. But this one was actually recommended to me by my grandma, because at one point she was going through, she had an allergic reaction to like those like little egg like chapsticks. She had a really bad allergic reaction. She broke out in hives for months on end on her lips. The doctor recommended this to her, and I remember I got like a rash on my face one time, and I started using this, and ever since then I have not been able to go back. It literally helps, and I actually use this at night too, just because, you know, as you know, at night is when your skin loses its hydration and its natural oils. So you want to keep it as moisturized as possible. So the next morning, by the time I wake up, it feels like I just put moisturizer on again, but like not like overdone, if that makes sense. So I just like to open this and then take not a lot at all. Just like take like a few dabs. And I like to put them in like kind of like my T-zone area, and then kind of like almost like contouring in a way, if that makes sense. And then the next thing I like to do, and you guys have already seen me talk about this, is my number 7 Early Defense Day Cream. And it is day right now, so I'm gonna put the day cream on. But this one I highly recommend, just because it has that SPF. It has an SPF of 30. I do want to get another sunscreen. If you guys have any recommendations for really good sunscreens like that are moisturizers, please let me know, because I would love to, you know, do like the double sunscreen, just because I know it looks really good. But yeah, so I also do the exact same thing what I do with the CeraVe, and that is that I put it right here, and then obviously I cover like every single spot where I hit the CeraVe, and make sure to put like a little more than I did for the CeraVe, just because again, this has the sunscreen, so you don't want your face to prematurely age. And the sun, again, is a natural ager. So you always want to be careful with that. So typically what I would do after, you know, like rubbing this in, I always go in circular motions. You never want to be too rough. Just go in circular motions. And again, just go up, never down, always up. And you want to get the neck, make sure you get like, you know, all the crevices, and make sure everything is good and moisturized. And now, after I moisturize that, I go back in with my little Jade Roller and just roll out like whatever excess like moisturizer there is, just because I don't want it to be like, you know, overdone or like I look oily rather than dewy. but that's just my opinion again. Now, after I'm done with Jade Roller, I get my Tatcha Silk Peony. It's the eye cream that they have. To be honest with you, this one was kind of a regret purchase. Right now, the only reason why I'm using it is just because it's the only eye cream I have, and I haven't run out of this one, and I paid a lot of money, so I obviously don't want it to go to waste. But I typically use the Origins Zinzing, I think it is. It's a refreshing eye cream. I live by this one. I found this one when I was in high school. Absolutely love this one, and I live by this one on every single level possible. But obviously I'm out and I haven't gotten to get more because I have a Tatcha. But this one is like not horrible, but it's not my favorite, if that makes sense. And I typically go in with like my ring finger and my middle finger, just because I think the ring finger, it has the lightest like pat, and has the lightest amount of pressure behind it because of I guess the way it's structured. I don't know. But yeah. And now the final step to my skincare routine, again, one more spritz of the Bliss. And yeah, that's my skincare routine all complete. And it's not very difficult, nothing I don't use a lot of serums, I don't use a lot of stuff like that. It's just very simple, very straight to the point. And the reason why I keep it like that is just because in the morning, sometimes I'm in a rush, so I don't like to, make it super duper long. But yeah, if you all have any questions, let me know. And let me know about that SPF, what you guys would recommend down in the comments below. And let me know what you guys think of this video. Thank you again so much for watching, y'all. You do not realize how much it means to me. And I know I always say that in literally every single video, but I'm honestly thrilled to know that people are watching. But thank you again. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you know when I upload new videos. We'll see you on the next one. Bye, y'all.